This is Charter Local Edition. I'm Brad Pomerance in Santa Cruz County, and we are joined by the city manager of Watsonville, where we are today inside City Hall. We thank you for inviting us to tape here. His name is Charles Montoya, and he comes to Watsonville about 3 months ago via the Naval Reserves, Colorado, New Mexico, recently Florence, Arizona, a city of about 25,000. Now you're city manager of a city of about almost 60,000, I would say. So talk to us about the move.
You know, I think being in Arizona, I think it's more rural in nature, as it's a little bit further south from any larger metropolitan area, and it's definitely not in the Bay Area. So
no, it's not.
You get a different kind of climate feel. I think last summer the hottest day I had was like 118.
Oh God.
So that's a little bit different than here. Hopefully the temperatures won't get up there.
No, I don't think it will.
I think when I first moved there, my kids were saying, "Hey, Dad, I heard you can cook chocolate chip cookies on the cement." I'm like,
"Yeah, cement."
And they goes, "I heard you can cook an egg on the car." I was like, "We're not gonna try that one either."
Yeah, no, I can imagine. I want to talk to you about your move to Watsonville, though. What a great community! Beautiful downtown, beautiful wetlands. That being said, there are some challenges facing Watsonville. You know, when you look at Santa Cruz County, it's a fairly wealthy county. This area, you know, not quite as well heeled. Is that fair?
It is fair to say. I think coming out of the economic recession that happened, you know, half a dozen years ago, I think Watsonville is still trying to recover from that.
Right.
I think the employment numbers are the unemployment numbers are still kind of high, and while the revenue streams in the city have remained pretty much flat and maybe increased slightly, expenses continue to grow. Right. So, you know, the city's streamlined back a lot of staffing in a lot of areas. And I think that, you know, we need to kind of figure out ways to bring the economy back to Watsonville so we can bring those resources and continue to enhance the services throughout the community. Because I think that's one of the most important things we can do as a city.
So where does Watsonville go then to get to the next step, the next level? Because like you said, I mean, the economy can completely decimate Watsonville or the city budget, for example, like some areas in, let's say, the Central Valley or the Inland Empire, but it's still, you know, things could improve.
I think, you know, the city really needs to look at strategic partners, whether it be the Chamber of Commerce, whether it be the Farm Bureau. Those type of organizations normally work together to build a strong foundation to move an economy forward. And I think that is where the city should start investing a lot of its time in working with those groups in a partnership, because it is important. I mean, the people, you know, from the Farm Bureau, the people that work out there in the fields or in the you know, agricultural corporations are the same people that live in the city.
Right.
So we have a common goal. Those individuals are important to both of us.
But you mentioned farming, you mentioned agriculture, and it's hard to deny that ag is so critical to Watsonville. But are there other industries that maybe are ripe, if I can use that term, to come to Watsonville, either to support ag or otherwise?
I think there is, and you know, I want to make sure that with the partnerships we develop and the ones we're trying to bring back, that, you know, Watsonville was built and born out of the ag industry. So we need to recognize where we came from.
That's okay.
But looking forward, we need to also say, look, you know, this does not need to be just a layover for people passing, whether it be from San Jose to down south or vice versa.
Right.
We need to have a destination point. People to come visit Watsonville. There's a lot of history here.
Wetlands.
There's a lot of things here.
Bird watching.
Beauty.
Strawberries.
Absolutely.
Right.
And so we need to make a destination. We need to make ourselves more well-known and have those avenues for those people to come to Watsonville for a purpose and not just to drive through.
And you see that coming by the end of the decade? Is it going to be a hot spot for us?
I hope it doesn't take that long. I think, you know, economic development is not a next week or a 6-month thing or a year thing. It is a couple of years. Okay. So, but if you don't plan accordingly and not just looking at, you know, your partnerships or finances or, you know, your outreach efforts, you need to work on all avenues at the same time.
And you'll come back on our program soon?
Absolutely.
He is Charles Montoya. He is the city manager for the city of Watsonville in Santa Cruz County. I'm Brad Pomerance. This is Charter Local Edition.